At only 18 years old and born on 28th December 2001, the Never Have I Ever star Maitreyi Ramakrishnan is soon to become a household name. But the Canadian teen isn't letting any of the early success of the show go to her head. In the show, Maitreyi plays a teenager named Devi who is trying to heal from her father's death while also trying to navigate the high school social scene. Fans and critics are pleasantly surprised by Maitreyi's performance, and it's clear that her future is going to be full of lots of other success stories. So if you're here to hear more about this rising talent, we present you 12 things you didn't know about Maitreyi Ramakrishnan. So don't go anywhere and subscribe to Hot Spills for more celebrity tea and smash the like button. Now let's get right into the video. Number 1. She only auditioned for the role to hang out with her best friend. Surprisingly, Maitreyi wasn't super interested in auditioning for the role at first. She told Variety, "My best friend was the one who actually saw the tweet and she screenshotted it and sent it to me. I'm lying on my couch ready to take a nice afternoon nap. I remember feeling exhausted, but I was like, okay, let's do it, just because I honestly only wanted to hang out with my best friend." The two headed to their local library, booked a study room, and recorded their audition videos. Number 2. She beat 15,000 actresses for the role of Devi. When casting first began for Never Have I Ever, Mindy Kaling posted a flyer on her Instagram to encourage people to audition. As you can imagine, the response was huge. 15,000 people tried out for the role of Devi, but there was something about Maitreyi that stood out. According to Vulture, Kaling said she wanted Devi not to be like other nerds in movies who were reserved and anxious, but more of a cool nerd who wasn't shy about her crushes. And Maitreyi's natural confidence and California energy really impressed Kaling and her team. When they saw Maitreyi's sass and charisma when she came to audition, high-fiving everyone, they just knew she would be the perfect person to bring Devi to life. Number 3. She started acting at 15 and is trying to handle fame in the best way. Although this is Maitreyi's first professional role, she's been acting for the last few years. She got her start at 15 when she got a role in her school's production of Footloose. Ever since then, she's been in love with acting, and she continued to audition for plays at her school. Honestly, I don't think on set I ever felt like the star, because my drama teacher always taught me if you're a star, or if you're the lead of the show, that means you do not matter that much. You're just the same as everyone else, she recalls. That was my mindset coming to set. I didn't think I was anything crazy special. One thing I won't forget is just having everybody be so kind to teach me everything that I asked. I asked so many questions. I wanted to learn everything between hair and makeup to lighting and sound. My fellow actors, I love them so much because they're the ones that gave me the confidence to do the performances I did. I couldn't have done that just purely out of high school. A part of that process was my cast members being such great homies to me and supporting me. Number 4. She didn't know who John McEnroe was before the show. John McEnroe being the narrator of Never Have I Ever was an unexpected but totally welcome surprise. The tennis legend may seem like an unlikely addition to the show, but to Kaling it made complete sense. Kaling told USA Today, "One thing that's common for a lot of Indian parents is a love of tennis. It's like an English Anglophile kind of thing." She decided that McEnroe would be the perfect person to narrate Devi's life. Maitreyi admits that she had no idea who McEnroe was before the show and that she had to Google him to be brought up to speed. Number 5. She's Tamil Canadian. Both of Maitreyi's parents immigrated to Canada from Sri Lanka when they were in their 20s. Maitreyi was born in Mississauga, where she has lived all of her life. She and her family are part of the Tamil ethnic group, which has a history that dates back thousands of years. Maitreyi made a point to say, "I made it very clear to my agent and publicist that Tamil Canadian is very, very important to me." Number 6. Steve Carell is her favourite actor. Maitreyi is enjoying the excitement of the present moment, but she also has her eyes set on the future. She knows exactly who she would like to collaborate with in the future, and she already has the entire cast thought up. She hopes to get the chance to work with her favourite actor, Steve Carell, someday. In addition to Carell, the rest of her dream cast would include Tom Hanks, Morgan Freeman, and Emma Watson. Number 7. She's a big Mindy Kaling fan. Getting the chance to work with Mindy Kaling has been a dream come true for Maitreyi. She grew up admiring Kaling and her work and was a big fan of The Office. Maitreyi says it was nice to be able to see someone on TV that resembled her. Number 8. Her favourite TV show is The Office. When interviewed by Just Jaren as to what her favourite TV show was, she responded that she loves watching The Office in her spare time. Number 9. She can really relate to Devi. Devi's character is loosely based on Mindy Kaling's upbringing, but Maitreyi can relate to Devi's story as well. As a first-generation Canadian, Maitreyi knows exactly what it's like to grow up in two different worlds. In an interview with Time, Maitreyi said, "I wish I had a show like this growing up. You're figuring out where you fit within your own culture, and identity is so important, whether it's your culture, your sexuality, anything. It's not only how you show yourself to the rest of the world, but also how you accept yourself." She also stated, "For a lot of people of colour and the South Asian community, I can speak for myself here when I say that we're so used to being sidekicks, we're so used to being comedic relief," she explains. And sure, there's nothing wrong with being a sidekick or being funny or the comedic relief, but it isn't okay when it's offensive and when that's all you get. Suddenly, all you're doing is you're seeing yourself as a sidekick, and that's not as important. And when you do relate to a character, they're usually Caucasian, and then you realize you're living your life in the shadows as a person of color, and you're only able to see yourself through white characters, which is not totally okay either. Number 10. She doesn't have sympathy for people who mispronounce her name. Lots of people who have names that are somewhat difficult to pronounce eventually decide to use simpler nicknames instead. However, Maitreyi plans on doing no such thing. She is proud of every aspect of her identity, and that includes her name. She says that if people can pronounce the names of the characters of Game of Thrones, they can pronounce her name. Number 11. She can play various instruments. When asked by an interviewer that whether she can play musical instruments or not, she said, "I play piano and sing, and am now learning violin." Number 12. She's all for change. One of the things Maitreyi loves most about her generation is its willingness to help bring change to the world. She likes to see things change for the better, and she isn't afraid to speak up when she identifies something that should be fixed. The 18-year-old star of Never Have I Ever, it's easy to understand how Devi came to life on screen as a nerd with a rock-solid sense of self-worth. Ramakrishnan's path to a leading role on the Netflix show is about as unlikely as it gets. "I think I'll always just be a girl from Mississauga," Ramakrishnan said on the Variety After Show, presented by National Geographic, when asked if she feels like a superstar after the show shot to number 1 on Netflix. "No matter what, I think that'll always be my roots." Ramakrishnan is currently quarantining at home with her family in Canada, instead of walking the red carpet in New York or Los Angeles to celebrate the coming-of-age comedy from creators Mindy Kaling and Lang Fisher. But the young star is still relishing in the excitement around the new show. If you like this video and want to hear more about this new Netflix romantic rom-com, then drop your comments in the comment section below. See you in the next video.